Hey guys, this is an activity that I usually do when we come to this topic, but you're not here, so I just have to do it this way. But I want you to get this done because I think it helps you to put the vocabulary together, you know, in one spot. Okay, so get a piece of paper. I have a computer paper and it's a long one. You can use regular size computer paper, you can use construction paper, whatever you want. Then I want you to make it foldable. I want you to take the two, well, I guess you can divide it in half. Um, I guess this would be hamburger, divided in half. That way, not long ways, but divide it in half so that you have a midpoint, and then you're going to fold the edges into that midpoint. I'm going to put it up over my face, into the midpoint, so that you have, didn't want to fold for me. Okay, like this, into the midpoint. So, and then crease it. So you can pause the video here so that you can actually get it together, because then I'm going to tell you what to put on it. So you fold your edges into the midpoint. Oh, goodness. All right, so that it looks like this. Crease your edges. So it looks like this, right? And you open it. Okay, so it should look like this. Then I want you to cut 3 flaps into it. Here's one that's already done. Here, 3 flaps. Okay, don't worry about the words on there because I'm going to do it a little differently. Okay, so it looks like this. The 2 edges, you cut these 3 flaps into it. Okay. Now I'm going to give you the words to put on the outside. As a matter of fact, I will let you see. I will give you the words. Let me give you these flaps here on here. So I'm cutting mine just like I just showed you in that other one. So since I'm doing it too, you probably won't need to pause the video because the time it takes me to make my cuts, you could be making your cuts. Okay, all right. So here we go. Right, I've cut into these 3 flaps. So on the outside, I'm going to write my vocabulary terms. I'm going to write the top. It doesn't matter which order, dominant. It doesn't matter which one you put first or second. Okay, dominant and recessive, and that is backwards. Sorry. Dominant and recessive. You'll just have to look up how to spell it. I'm so sorry, it's backwards. I don't know what I was thinking. Dominant and recessive. The next 2 are homozygous and heterozygous. Again, you're going to have to look up the spelling. Those are my next 2. Homozygous and heterozygous. Sorry, it's backwards. And then my last one is genotype and phenotype. Okay, so then it looks like this. Genotype and phenotype. So we've got dominant recessive, homozygous heterozygous, genotype, phenotype. Okay, it's on the outside. Now on the inside, here's what I need you to do. Let me give you a different color on the inside. So for dominant and recessive, I'm going to just give you, okay, so what I want you to do is to come through, I want you to write the definitions over here, right on the inside here of the flap. So you're going to write the definitions on the inside of the flap, but I'm going to give you something to put in there, okay? So for dominant, I want you to write a capital B. For recessive, I want you to put a lowercase b. And this lets you know that the dominant, now you're going to write the definition down here, but this capital B lets you know that the dominant trait is represented by a capital letter, okay? And B is arbitrary. I just chose any alphabet, any letter. Okay, I chose B because it's easy to determine the difference between a capital B and a lowercase b. Okay, and it is a B as in boy. It's like it's hard to tell an S a big S from a little s. So that's why I chose B, but it couldn't be any letter. So this is a capital B, this is a lowercase b. I want you to put capital and lowercase. Capital goes on dominant, and lowercase goes on recessive. Okay. For homozygous, homo, that prefix homo means same. So you're going to put 2 capital B's or 2 lowercase b's. Heterozygous, that prefix hetero means different. So you'll give me a capital B and a lowercase b. Okay. So dominant and recessive. Dominant is a large B, recessive is a lowercase b. Homozygous, it means it's the same. So it can either be 2 capital B's or 2 lowercase b's. 2 capital B's is homozygous dominant. 2 lowercase b's is homozygous recessive. Okay. And then for a heterozygous, hetero means different. So you've got 1 capital B and 1 lowercase b. They're the genotype, the genes are different. Okay. All right. Genotype, just give me letters. It could be capital B's, lowercase b's, whoops, or capital B, lowercase b. So the genotype is the actual genes that are represented by the letters. Okay, so if I'm asking for genotype, you're going to give me homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, or you're going to give me heterozygous. Okay, genotype, the genes. Phenotype is just what it looks like, physical characteristics. So I want you to give me, oh, those are not very pretty, but it's okay. Phenotype, I want you to give me eyes. What it looks like. When you look at it, what do you see? Phenotype, physical characteristics. Okay? So, of course, you're going to go through and you're going to give me the definitions. Okay? You'll give me the definitions of these words. But I wanted to give you these so to help you remember, help you visualize. Right? So, you're foldable. These words, dominant, recessive, homozygous, heterozygous, genotype, phenotype. Oh, it's blurry, sorry. And then you're going to put this on the inside. Okay. And then in the middle, you're going to give me, let's come up with a different color. You'll give me a mono hybrid Punnet square, and then you'll draw a picture represented by 4. Ooh, that's a horrible box, sorry. And then definition, and then you'll give me the hybrid Punnet square. And then you know that's the big box, right? Dihybrid, because we're crossing 2 trays. I'm doing this way too fast. It looks a mess. But you get the gist. Okay? So you'll give me definitions for all of these. Okay? So let's start at the beginning. So you should have dominant and recessive, homozygous, heterozygous, genotype, phenotype. On the inside, you'll give me definitions for all of these. But please make sure that you have the dominant trait is a capital B. The recessive trait is represented by lowercase alphabet. I should just say alphabet because it could be any alphabet. Homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous just means the same. So it's either 2 big ones or 2 little ones. Homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive. And heterozygous is different. So capital letter, lowercase letter. And at the bottom, genotype is represented by the letters, by the genes. Genotype, the actual genes. And then the phenotype is just what it looks like, physical characteristics. You know, fur color. Is it black? Is it white? Is it brown? You know, is it short? Is it tall? When you look at it, what do you see? That's phenotype, physical characteristics. So you're going to give me definitions, and then in the middle you're going to give me a monohybrid Punnet square, definition, dihybrid Punnet square, And in the definition, I do want you to draw the boxes so that you can visualize, okay, it's a 4 box for the monohybrid, it's a 16 box for the dihybrid. Okay? All right, that's your foldable, guys. Please get this done, then go to the hub, and it'll be a task completion. Did you complete the foldable? Click yes once it's done. Have a great day.